Hi, my name is Eric Jones. I'm the lead firearms instructor and range safety officer for the National Association for Gun Rights. We're here today at the range to talk to you about the 4 rules of gun safety. These rules are non-negotiable. They hold true whether you're at the firing range, whether you're hunting with your buddies, or whether you're in a life and death situation. The first rule of gun safety is all guns are always loaded. Even if I'm 100% positive that this gun is unloaded, I'm still going to treat it that way. I'm sure it's unloaded, but I'm not going to point the gun at anything I'm not willing to destroy. That leads us to rule number 2. Rule number 2 is never let the muzzle cover anything you're not willing to destroy. The muzzle is the business end of this gun, where the lead comes out. I like to use the laser beam analogy. Pretend that there's a laser that's coming out your gun, and anything that laser touches or crosses is going to be cut in half. That includes your toe, that includes your bird dog if you're out shotgun hunting, that includes people at the range, and it definitely includes innocent bystanders in a life and death concealed carry situation. So never let the muzzle point at anything that you're not willing to destroy. Rule number 3, keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are on the target and you're ready to fire. Triggers differ widely. Some of you may shoot a Glock. A Glock has a completely different trigger pull than something like this. This gun is a Kimber 1911. It has a very short trigger pull and a very light trigger pull. You may get away with this on your Glock, and you pick up the Kimber and you have a negligent discharge. Okay? You will never hear me say the word accidental discharge. If your gun goes off when you're not expecting it to, that's negligence. Watch seasoned police officers, SWAT, Navy SEALs, Special Forces. These guys will be going into a house knowing the bad guy is in there, and they still have their finger off the trigger. The last thing they want is in an adrenaline-filled situation to accidentally shoot their partner or an innocent bystander. So keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are on target and you're ready to fire. The 4th rule of gun safety is know what's in front of and behind your target. Okay, again, this holds true at the range. It's fairly obvious at the range. We have a designated fire line. We have a backstop back here. But where it's not as obvious is bird hunting or in a life and death situation out in public. We need to know the innocent bystanders between us and the bad guy. We need to know where our hunting partners are when we're shotgun hunting. The last thing we want to do is sweep that gun and shoot one of our partners. So we still have to make sure we know what's in front of and behind our target. Keep this in mind too, folks. Walls do not stop bullets. If you're at home with a loaded firearm and you're pointing it at a wall, what is behind that wall? Is that your daughter's room? Are you in an apartment? Is that your neighbor? Are you living in a subdivision? Are you pointing it at your neighbor in another house? So walls, floors, ceilings, they may not be a safe place to point your firearm. In summary, the 4 rules of gun safety are: rule number 1, all guns are always loaded. Number 2, never let the muzzle cover anything you're not willing to destroy. Rule number 3, keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are on the target and you're ready to fire. And rule number 4, know what is in front of and behind your target at all times. Folks, these rules are non-negotiable. They hold true at the range, hunting, and they hold true in a life and death situation. If you shoot with someone who doesn't follow these rules, I recommend you talk to them. If they're not willing to listen, please find someone else to shoot with. It is not worth your life or a horrible accident to not offend somebody. Thanks for joining us today for the 4 rules of gun safety. And check out our website at nationalgunrights.org. We'd love to have you as a member. We're out every day fighting for your Second Amendment rights. Thanks. Range is going hot, eyes and ears.